Good morning. Ah, I have lipstick. What a mess. Bueno, good morning, good morning. I'm so glad everybody's ready. Wow. Ah, oh, we're starting like 20 minutes earlier, which is great because we have a more time to do things that we really want to do. I hope everybody is so excited about what we are talking today. And we're talking about taking that leap of faith and how do we know that moment of readiness, which is never. But I'm gonna wait few seconds, 30 seconds to get the letting everybody know that we are live. We are taping this video in my YouTube channel, Dr. Josefina. Yadira, hola preciosa, ¿cómo está todo, Yadira? ¿Cómo se ve todo? Tú eres mi asistente, ¿cómo se dice? Asistente virtual. You are my virtual assistant because I have to talk English, okay? Today is in English. Praise the Lord. Thank you, baby Jesus. And we're talking about taking the leap of faith. And the books that if you don't have the books, I have 5 books, but the book that I'm gonna utilize today for that information is my book number 1 and book number 4. So if you wanna be on it, then you gotta go to Amazon and place an order. Thank you, Yadira, of my book 1 and 4 that it has to do with this amazing trip of taking the leap of faith. And one of the things that we have to recognize in the beginning, the sooner we learn this concept, the better off we're going to be because the less regret or wasting time we will do. So it's the recognition that your life is in your own hands. We you might think, some people might think, well, God will have to, God has control, but God, we cannot mix God and everything like, oh, well, only, my point is, do not blame God, okay? Because the point is that we have to take responsibility for our own life. We have to recognize that my destiny, my hands is in my destiny is in my own hands. My life is in my own hands. Because you can have all the potential, you can have all the skill, you can have all the skill, the potential, the knowledge, the talent to do things. But if you don't apply yourself and if you don't do it, that's not God's issue because that's your issue. You're the one who has to put action into it. You're the one who has to work and have the commitment and the discipline to become your better self every single day. So one of the first concepts, and this is what you're going to find in my book number 1, because I understood that I needed to take responsibility for my life. I cannot be blaming my dad or my grandmother or my mother or the circumstances of my life. If that is not an issue. That should never ever become an issue for your own personal growth and development. So, and this is what I did, thank God, from an early age. From an early age, I recognized that my destiny was in my hand. And how can I, at that time, when you are a young person, preteen or 10, 11, 12 years old, how do you know? Well, the only thing that you have to know is that you want to go to school. And in my case, my obsession as a child, I want to be a teacher and I want to go to school. So the way I used to play with my friends, it was me being the teacher and me saving the cans of powdered milk. So I save them, so I will use them as a desk for my friends to sit there, and then I will be the teacher. And I'm telling you this because one of the first things that overcoming all this fear and knowing that leap of faith is that state of readiness to take responsibility and to recognize that my destiny, my divine destiny, because that is another one of my books, Divine Destiny, is book number 5, is in my own hands, that I have to act. I have to put action into it. So, and most people, the fear is not the enemy. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is only a limitation. Fear limits you, but you have to overcome that fear. So fear is not your enemy. Enemy. It's only limits. It's only establishing boundaries and limits. And one way to overcome that fear is to embrace it. There is a saying that goes like this: what you resist, persist. What you resist, persist. The more I resist the fear, the more I have it. So what happened that when we made that choice to embrace fear and distinguish what is a good fear and what is the fear that is going to paralyze me, then I'm okay with it. And I will go into that in a few seconds. Porque, what happened is that people think that they're gonna wait to be ready. If you make the choice that you are going to wait to be ready, you're gonna wait for the rest of your life, and you're gonna become one of those people who are depressed, sad, felt like a failure in life. So you cannot be waiting. What you need to do is to embrace fear. And this is what I did in my first book. When you read my story, that's what I did. Yes, of course you're gonna have the fear, but you're still, and I'm not gonna go ahead. So you embrace that fear, and that's exactly what I did. I was, where am I gonna go? How am I gonna get there? I don't have any money. I don't have and people will remind me about my limitations, about the circumstances of my life. Praise the Lord. Thank you, baby Jesus. I never pay attention to people's opinion about my circumstances, because the circumstances are one thing. My dream, my goal, and the vision that I have for my life is totally different. It's not congruent with the circumstances that say you cannot do it. My vision, my dreams, my goal were more powerful than the circumstances of my life. And what were the circumstances of my life? No money, no income. I didn't have any money. I didn't speak the language. I didn't know anybody in the United States. I didn't know where I was going to get. I was going to stay for the first time, for the first few days here in the United States. So all those circumstances sometimes takes the power to overcome people. And that's why people don't take that leap of faith. So number one, you have to embrace your fear. You feel that you don't want to do it, but let me explain to you what's the difference. How do you know that it's the time to take that leap of faith? You know that it's the time to take that leap of faith because you feel that it's a moment for you of transformation. You feel this calling inside of you of transformation, and this is what happened to me when I was going through school in my last degree in Venezuela. Then I felt like I cannot stay there. I cannot just get a job and spend 30, 40 years in an institution collecting time, years, so I can retire, so that I can drop dead. That wasn't my vision of myself. So what happened is that you feel within yourself that it's something that is calling you that you can't control. As you feel this moment of transformation, you feel that something is transforming, it's growing in you, something that is calling you, something that it's like a pebble in your shoe. It bothers you, but it bothers you in a beautiful, wonderful way, because it's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey in which you are afraid of the unknown, but we don't know that the unknown, what I'm going to find, and the unknown on the other side of fear, I'm going to find myself. I'm going to find a better version of myself. I'm going to find my real self. I'm going to start blocking and destroying the shadows that I think about me. What are the shadows? Carl Jung, the psychiatrist, called the shadows, for in his description, the shadows are the thing that I don't like about me. So the thing that I don't like about me, and Carl Jung, the psychiatrist, calls it the shadows. So when you make that leap of faith, when you follow that calling, then you find out that what on the other side of fear is a better version of you. So that's what we don't, that's what the Bible said 365 times. Do not fear. Do not fear. So there is two type of fear. And we're talking about the fears, well, we can say three types because the description of the Bible, what the God says about fear. God says, I didn't give you the spirit of fear. I give you the spirit of love, power, self-control, sound mind, and self-discipline. Those are the powers that we all have. So we don't have, God didn't give us the spirit of fear. So, and the human, this is at the spiritual realm, at the spiritual plane. So if we go down one scale down to the human plane, there is two types of fear. The fear that is instinctive. You are born with this fear. You see something dangerous, you see a fire, you feel something bad happening, some animal is attacking you, a tiger is attacking you, you immediately react to protect yourself. It's the fear to protect yourself. Instinctive fear. We are born with this fear. This is a good fear. The other type of fear is the fear that you're standing, you are facing a situation, and this situation is calling you. Like in my case, what I was facing is that I didn't see myself getting a job and retiring 30, 50 years later. Didn't see that, could not see that. So because I had this energy, this power within me, feeling that calling to transformation, to follow that transformation. So what happened? You feel that fear, right? You feel that fear. Oh my God, what's going to happen to me? But at the same time, you want to take it. You are going to take it. That's the difference. So, because the energy of the fear, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? And the energy of the transformation calling are equal. And that's when you know that's the moment to take that leap of faith. The moment that you feel that, like I was in my country, the fear, okay, I didn't know anybody in the United States. Let me calm down. I didn't know anybody in the United States. I didn't speak the language. I didn't have the money. I didn't have anything. I just had my dreams, my goal, my passion. I knew I wanted to do it. This is what I wanted to do with my life. So that all this fear, plus the calling to transformation are equal. And that is when you know that's the right fear. That's the right fear. That's the right fear, that you combine that fear with the definition of fear by God. I didn't give you the, Josefina, I didn't give you the spirit of fear. I give you the spirit of love, the power, the spirit of power, the spirit of self-discipline, the spirit of self-control, and a sound mind. Those are the talents. Those are the spirit that we all have within us. So although that fear, that situation terrifies you, it scares the hell out of you. But at the same time, you can't control yourself, then you have to do it. That's the right fear. That's the leap of faith. And then what happened? Boom, pow, you jump. And that's what I did. You jump. And remember, when you read if you read a book, my last step was when I get in the plane, I didn't know where I was going to go. I mean, I didn't know where I was going to go. You know, I was going to be landing in Washington, D.C., because I was going to Georgetown University for the first 6 months to study English. I'm still studying English. And, but I didn't have a place to stay. I didn't have a place to stay. So my mom, when she's taking me to the airport, she said, Josefina, where are you going to spend the weekend? And I said to my mom, well, I don't know. I know the only thing I knew at that time is that English and Spanish, hotel spells the same way. Hotel, no difference. So I said to my mom, well, the word I know that how to read. I know where to find a hotel. So the worst thing is going to happen that I go to a hotel until Monday morning, and then I go to Georgetown University. And they were going to put me in the student foreign house, the housing for the students, for foreign students. So, but what happened is that is one fear that will scare a lot of people. I don't know where to go. I don't know anybody. I don't speak the language. Didn't stop me. So I got on the plane, and this is the beautiful thing when you take the leap of faith. I think Martin Luther King had a beautiful quote that he says that we have to take the leap of faith without seeing the step. You know, like if you're climbing a step, you have to take that leap of faith without seeing it. It's called faith. So the beautiful thing is when you take that leap of faith, when you are in congruency with this calling, this passion that you feel inside of you, and the fear, this, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? Because that's the fear. The fear. If I had to put the fear in words, it would say, what's going to happen to me? So I get in the plane. What's going to happen to me? I get in the plane and just happen to sit next to a beautiful young woman. She probably was in her 30s. And I sat, and she just happened, and this is why you take the leap of faith. She just happened to speak Spanish. She was an American girl, and she was visiting as a tourist, and then she was going back home to Washington, D.C. So I just happened to sit next to her. And then she started asking, oh, hi. She started asking me, what are you going to do in the United States? And then I told her my story because I was so happy, so excited that I was in the plane. I mean, I was just like, oh my God, living my dream, flying my dream. That I was in my flight to my self-transformation. So I started telling her with all my passion and all that. I said, oh, I'm going to go to study, and I'm going to go to Washington, D.C. I'm going to stay in Georgetown University for 6 months, and I have to learn English in 6 months. And in 6 months, I have to go to Boston University. I'm going to start doing my master's degree, and I'm going to get my master's degree. And the young lady looked at me and said, oh, my God, where are you going to stay? And I said, I don't know. Guess what she said when I said, I don't know? Anybody want to take a guess? Thank you, Erica. She replied, you can stay in my home. That's what happened when you have the faith, when you take that leap of faith, when even though it terrorizes you, it terrifies you, you still jump, you still take that leap of faith. What is separating you is the fear of the unknown. It's just what I just mentioned. What separates you from that self-transformation is the fear of the unknown. It's about, and the fear is about trusting yourself. It's about having faith. It's about trusting God. It's about, because the issue with trust. Yes, Mariana, that's exactly beautiful. Exactly, because that's what happened when you take the leap of faith. Because when you take the leap of faith, you are in that journey to a vibrant destiny, to your, let me calm down, to your divine destiny. And that to me, that is so excited. Look at how excited I get. Because when you take that leap of faith, and we have the fear, oh, what's going to happen to me? And we don't know that in the other side of fear is your best self. It's the best version for yourself. And the doors will open, and the people will appear, and the resources will come. It's such a beautiful journey. And that's why I love life so much. Because one of the things with faith, you cannot touch it, you cannot see it, you cannot prove it, you cannot, and it's something that it's something that you really have to trust. But it's easier to put our trust in other human being than to put the trust and your energy and your power and the power of God and your wisdom and your godly wisdom. It's just amazing. We just have it twisted. Uh, Faith, like I said, faith in God, faith in yourself. The core of the basis of that leap. It's just what I said, that you. Okay, déjeme. I'm not gonna repeat the same. One of the things, okay, just all that I said, and if you don't do it, you're gonna recognize that if you stay the same, it's more painful than the change. If you make the choice to do nothing, to remain the same, to blame the circumstances, to find people to point the finger at, not to take the responsibility for your destiny, for your divine destiny, then you are going to find out that the pain is worse. Because you will live a life of misery, a life where I think Emerson, I think it's Waldo Emerson, because I forgot his first name. But Emerson said that most people live life in a quiet desperation. A lot of people live life in a quiet desperation. And to stay the same, is more painful than the change. Take a chance. Take a leap of faith. Fear is not, when we feel that emotion of fear is not a sign to stop. Fear shows you that you are in the beginning of something exciting. There's something extraordinary. That is fear. The fear that we're talking about is the fear that we don't have to look at fear as a sign. I need to stop. I cannot do it. No, that is not what fear is meant to be. Fear is to show you that you are in your path to an extraordinary life. I am. My life is extraordinary because I took these steps. An extraordinary life has nothing to do with your fame and your money and the material stuff. Has nothing to do with that extraordinary life. When I talk about extraordinary life, I'm talking about the life that within yourself, and the privacy of your own life, and the privacy of your own inner self, you find a sense of peacefulness, a sense of contentment, a sense of joy, because you have been living your life in the way that you've been called to do it, in an awesome, beautiful, powerful way. Fear doesn't mean to stop. Fear means to go ahead and do it anyway. Now, how do you take the leap of faith? I'm going to give you 3 steps about taking the leap of faith. First, to take the leap of faith, number 1, you have to recognize that you are facing a moment of transformation. That's what happened to me. I was going through school in Venezuela. I got 2 degrees there. elementary school teacher, and my second degree was high school teacher, because in Venezuela, you have at that time you needed to get a 4 years college to be an elementary school teacher, 4 years of college to be a high school teacher. So I was going through that. So after graduate, during my last year and a half in my last college, I was just probably a year and a half to graduate. I knew that it was a calling for me. That after graduation, I was in a moment of transformation. The transformation was not my transformation was not to graduate, and like most people do, right? And that's okay. Not everybody has the same destiny, and not everybody has the same calling. So after graduation, then I felt that I was in this moment of transformation, that I could not see myself graduating, getting a job, and working for the government for 50, 30, 40 years. I could not see myself doing that. I could see myself coming to the United States or Germany, because I have two choices, Germany or the United States. And I thought, okay, English is easier than German. I forget. No, not true. I'm still learning English. I have to slow myself, control myself, so you guys can understand my English. Because like Celia Cruz said, my English is not very good looking. Remember that? Celia Cruz said that. But anyway, so going back to how do you know you're ready for a leap of faith? Number one, you have to recognize that you are facing a moment of transformation. And you also know, number one, the moment of transformation, right? And you also know at the same time that the fear, the terror, the um, the terror to make a choice and the desire to do it are the same. Okay? So in alignment, you find in alignment the fear to do it and the passion to do it are the same, are vibrating at the same frequency. Vibrating at the same frequency. So you have to recognize number one. Number one, that you are facing a moment of transformation. And the decision that you are taking is at the same, it has the same level of excitement that the fear do not to do it. Okay, I think that is clear. If the decision excites you and terrifies you in equal measurement, pay attention. That's the clue. O sea, it's an equal. Okay, number two, because I think I'm repeating myself. Number two, you're very smart. You guys are very bright. So, number two, don't wait for certainty. That's another thing. People are always postponing and postponing and postponing, waiting for clarity, for certainty. You have to start immediately. Why? Because certainty will not come. Because you're already certain. If you have a passion, if you feel that strong calling, and you feel that you have the fear, but at the same time you want to do it, that's the key. You don't have to wait for any other sign. And this is another issue. A lot of people start waiting for another sign and another sign. Well, was that the right sign? Yes, it was the right sign from number one, from the beginning. So that clarity, don't wait for certainty, don't wait for clarity, because it will never come. You have to start from where you are. And that is when my book, that's what I said, book one and book four is starting from where you are. This book number four is starting from where you are, and book number one, the base and the foundation for my teaching. Book one and four, and you find these books in Amazon. Number three, remind yourself that the greatest mistake that you can make in your life is to do nothing. The greatest mistake that you can make in your life is to choose to do nothing. What a pathetic life. What a pathetic life if you choose to do nothing. kindergarten, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he said, to dare is to lose one foot momentarily. Not to dare is to lose yourself. To dare is to lose one foot momentarily. Momentarily. Not to dare is to lose yourself. Is to lose oneself. No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You don't have the right to do that because it's not your life. How? It's not your life. Your life was given to you for you to shine. Your life was given to you for you to be something magnificent, special. Okay? Your life is for you to shine, not to do nothing. Imagine that if you take the time to read my book and to study, because I always say you don't read my books, only read my book. You read my books, you study my books, you assimilate the information of my book, you practice what I said in the books, and then the transformation will come. And the application of the information is your transformation. And that applies to everything. So that is the calling. You lose yourself if you make the choice to do nothing. You are here for a mission, for a purpose. And most people will say, but I don't know my purpose. Your purpose is every single day to be the best that you can be. That's your purpose. God does life, or God, you can call it anything you want. And that in this moment, I'm not interested in semantics. It's about you can call it anything you want, but your life has a meaning. It has a purpose. It has a reason to stay. There was a reason you were born. So that is you made a choice. Every single morning, we made a choice. We have a choice to have an amazing day or a lousy day. So this is what I wanted to share with you about taking this amazing trip, taking the leap of faith. And if you have a question that I didn't touch about this issue, because it's a big field, but I'm just giving you the basic, the foundation. And if you have any question, please, I'm going to be reading your comments now, and I hope you have questions. So it will chat. Your questions are so powerful because when you question me, then my mind becomes very creative and I get information out of me that I didn't know I had. So I like when you guys ask questions. And of course, the question is not what I have for breakfast today. It's about taking a leap of faith. And this book is mandatory. Of course, I'm going to repeat it. This book, I mean, you got to get this book if you want to make that leap of faith that you have to, if you want to have the motivation, if you want to have the energy, you want to have the power. I mean, it's just surround yourself with the people who will empower you, motivate you, encourage you. Good morning, Dr. God bless you from New York. Cynthia, I love you, Cynthia. Okay, waiting for your questions. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. It's only 11:05. Wow. No questions? Oh, okay. I don't see any question. Priscilla, buenos días. Good morning. As someone who takes frequent leap of faith, I realize that everything, even the hard decision to faith, are working for my greatest good. Absolutely. Look, good comment. Yes. This is a beautiful comment. Luke says, as someone who takes frequent leap of faith, I realize that everything, even hard decisions, are that's exactly because that's how life works. Life is always on your side. And when you are the type of person who's taking that leap of faith, that trust in yourself, that believing in something bigger and greater than yourself, that you know that what you're doing are the right choices for you, that you are following the divine guidance, that you are following the godly wisdom that is within all of us. And this is another factor that we, when we go in this journey of taking leap of faith and following the calling, because when you're taking a leap of faith, what you're doing is you're following your calling. That's what I was doing. I didn't know then that I was taking a leap of faith. I was following my journey. I was following my calling. I was following something bigger and greater than myself, a calling, a force, something in my head that was telling me I have to do this, I have to do this. Can you expand on how to get yourself out of negative energy and take the lesson without letting being stuck in a negative energy? Look, absolutely. Number one, that you cannot afford to associate with negative people. Period. Okay, you cannot. This is what you have to have very clear in your head, that for you to be successful, for you to be the best version of yourself, for you to be the most amazing human being, you have to allow other people to be whatever they want to be, to think whatever they want to think, to talk the way they want to talk, but you cannot participate on that. And when you study the scriptures and when you work in your spirit, one of the big factors that you're gonna find is that you cannot associate with negative people. Negative people will contaminate you. Negative energy is poison. Negative energy poisons your soul, poisons your goal, poisons your spirit, prostitute your spirit. So this is something that we all have to have very clear in life, that we cannot associate with people who are constantly complaining, criticizing, condemning, and complaining. If you read your Bible, I don't know, but it's what you can read it as a book. I don't know what you believe in, but you're gonna find a lot of information about how we not to relate with other people, with negative people who want to do you harm. And when I say harm, doesn't mean that only killing you and all that kind of thing. People who don't want your best interest. So these people, you have to be willing to walk away, because you have a destiny, you have a calling. Me associating with people who condemn, criticize, and don't want me, I don't like me, it's not my problem. And it takes some time. Sometimes it takes time for people to recognize that it's okay not to be in association with these people. And the question I get a lot is, what about the people who are close to us? Well, the people that are close to us, you set the boundaries, you set the limitation. If the people is living in your house, your wife, as your husband, you have to let that person be whatever they want to be, but you're going to be an example. You're going to be your own self. And if that person that doesn't allow you, or doesn't want to give you your freedom, or you letting that person have your freedom and your power, then you have to take your power away, and that person can be whatever they want to be, but you don't have to prostitute your soul. You don't have to prostitute your spirit. I was reading in the book of Proverbs this morning, the book of number 1, Proverbs chapter number 1. Take that book, and I read something that stopped me in my track, and I get chilled, because what it stopped me was that it says that when you associate, let me go get it because this is too good to be this is too good. Let me get it. I knew I should have my Bible. This stopped me on my tracks today. It was just like a wow. When they say, it's in Proverbs chapter 1, and if they say, come with us, I'm reading verse 11. Come with us. Let us lie and wait to shed blood. Let us ambush the innocent without cause and show that he's petty and vain. This is what happened here, that when you people tell you to do something and that something is something bad, then you are, it says iron sharpens iron. I think that explains it much better. Um, because you are contaminating yourself with whether thinking, whether thoughts. So let me go back here. How do you manage it when negative people is your own family? You start to change and put, yes, you when the negative people is your own family, it depends. If the husband is the wife, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Because my husband, if the guy is negative, well, that's his problem. Just I still want to. This is the issue. I don't know why we had difficult time to put the boundaries, the separation. You can be negative, you can be whatever you want to be, but I'm not going to let you change me. I'm not going to prostitute my spirit. My grandmother was a woman of influence in my life. She raised me. And what was my grandmother's philosophy? That when I was 20 years old, I should stop going to school and get married because an old maid was too ugly. That was what she used to say. That was her opinion. And I didn't disrespect her. I knew she was wrong for me. In her own head, she was true. She believed that. But no, in my head, that's not me. And so what happened is you compromise yourself for other people because they're your family. It doesn't matter. You have one life. You have one self. And because other people are whatever they want to be, if they want to hate you, let them hate you. If they don't want to talk to you, let them not talk to you. But you know what? When you are at peace with yourself, when you honor yourself, when you have personal integrity within yourself, when you know that you are doing the right things for yourself, that you are doing that, then you know that you are working on yourself, that you are growing and becoming a better person every single day. Every time you make the choice to become a better person, people are not going to like it because you know the same. You're not going to be hanging out with them. You're not going to go to the restaurant. You're not going to go to the bar. You're not going to be hanging out in wrong places. You're not going to be doing this and you're not going to be doing that. Because you're different. You change. Every time you make up a change, you are going to lose people. I lost a lot of people. Once I started bodybuilding is a life of self-discipline. And for me, because I like to compete, I like to win, and I don't like to put in 500 pounds off season. So when the competition season comes, I have to lose 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds. No, I'm not going to do that. So I have a strict way of life. So after I started bodybuilding, nobody invited me anymore. I don't get invitation for social events. I don't get invited to party. Why? Because when I went to the parties, I left early because I had to go to sleep early. I didn't drink and I didn't eat. So they started figuring it out. Oh, Josefina doesn't drink. Josefina doesn't eat everything. And Josefina go to sleep early. That's my reputation. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'd rather be on my own. I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather not have a social engagement all over the place, hanging out with people who are not going to help me to go on stage and win. That is my choice. That is my priority. But you have to make the choice. Some people are okay with it like me, and other people need to have the social thing, the noise, because then it becomes noise. It's not about growth. It's about noise. It's about going out and wasting time. And in the meantime, you can be doing amazing things with the challenges and the talents and the skill that you were born with. If I didn't do that, I will never find out that I can be a great bodybuilder. I will never find out that I can be a writer. I have written 6 books and I'm working book number 7. So, but you have to be willing to let other people be. You can't make other people's crap part of your life because you poison your life. You have to let them go. Now, if it calm down, the problem is yours because you're paying attention to what they say. That's not problem. That's not you. When you're busy with yourself, when you're busy with it, when you are busy in your own journey, you don't have time for nonsense. I don't have time for nonsense. My family makes fun of me because wake up. That's fine. That's okay, Carol. That's okay. One day, let me tell you this. One day they will get it. They're not wise enough. They don't have the wisdom, skillful and godly wisdom. They don't have it. And that's okay. They are not at the same level of frequency that you are. I was not at the same level of frequency of my family. I was the first one, as far as I know, going to college. There was we know vibrating at the same level of frequency. You have to keep vibrating in a higher frequency every single day, and they're gonna call you names, and they're gonna who cares? That is, I mean, you know what? You have to be willing to make a fool out of yourself to grow, to become, and to change. If you are gonna be thinking, oh, they make fun of me, I don't care. Let me tell you, if you're not willing to make a fool out of yourself and allow people to laugh, I don't care. People used to call me crazy in Venezuela because I used to run in the 60s, running outside. It was like crazy. Nobody did that. It was not in. It was not trendy. I was an athlete. So I needed to go out, run out in the street, and people will call me names, insulting me, crazy. They put to grab me, put me in the crazy house and the nut house, a straight jacket, insulting me, my behind. I mean, I was insulted. But you know what? I didn't care because I was running, because I was an athlete. I was a runner. I used to do 100 meters, 200 meters, and 50 meters. Short distance long runner. That's what I was doing. They knew that. They had no clue. They had no clue. You know what? Now everybody runs in the street. So you are a pioneer. You are a pioneer. Abby, wow, beautiful red. Thank you, Abby. I love you, Mama. You are a pioneer. You are ahead of your time. I've always been ahead of my time. Always. Don't prostitute your spirit. Susan, thank you so much. They are not mad. Let's just get it. Yeah, they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. What is that song? They're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it. Nobody's gonna get you. So no, nobody's gonna, Carol. Nobody's gonna get you. No one. Nobody can get me. Nobody. Nobody can get you. You are unique. You are special. You are unique. You are. You know what? I don't think we understand the concept that you are unique. There is nobody on this planet like you. Nobody. Nobody can do what you can do. And you compromising yourself because all bunch of idiots, all bunch of ignorant, mediocre people. Are you going to allow that? I don't think so, baby. Okay, let me go back here. Erica, my sister complains I don't answer the phone. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, you cannot, and when you want to be kind because it's your sister, you know, you sometimes, and then you let her complain. You let her complain. And when she's complaining, you said you can ask her the question, what do you suggest? If she's complaining about whatever, then you ask your sister, what do you suggest? Ask, put the coin back in her. You don't have to argue. Let her complain because she's just complaining about her misery. But you can hear her, but you don't have to listen. When you want to be nice to your sister, because it's your sister, it's your blood. And, sometimes we have to be kind, like God says, love God with all your heart and mind and soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. So you want to love your sister as you love yourself. And she's a complainer, and you sometimes can ask her, what do you suggest? Are you ready to do it? And then she say, oh, well, she can give an answer, and then you can say, are you ready to do it? Be happy. You be, and the thing is, Erica, the thing is that when she complains, she just want to be listened to. She just want to she just want some attention. She just want to make some noise. But when you mature, because it's not whether your sister is right or wrong, it's whether you, Erica, can rise above it. It has nothing to do whether the person is right or wrong. The question is, can you rise above it? We have to rise above it. I am going to stop learning co-creating with the universe. It's not my fault they can't. Yeah, absolutely. That's not your problem. That's not your business. That's not your. That's not my business. Is not to change you. My business is not. My business has nothing to do with your life. You have your own path. You have your own life. You have to ask God, life, wisdom to guide you, to protect you, to put you in the right place with the right people, and all that beautiful, great stuff. Yeah, we cannot look, you cannot compromise yourself because you are the only thing you got. Okay? I cannot compromise myself because I'm the only thing I got. I don't have anything but God and me. Yes, you have to rise above it. Because if you don't rise above it, you're going to keep at the same level of frequency. You're going to keep at the same mediocrity, and you will never grow. Exactly, look. Yes, yes, exactly. Yadira, when people complain, I say, okay, what is the solution? And they get upset. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, because you have to say, what do you, if you're complaining, what do you suggest? What do you what do you think should be done? What do you suggest? What is your alternative? What do you think it can be done? What would you like to do? No, you just gotta complain. Okay, complainers are complainers. Complainers are complainers. Dana, doctor, I feel like I don't want to meet anyone this day. Exactly. Dana said, I feel like I want to meet. Exactly. But you don't want to meet anybody this day because it's not because you hate people or you don't like people. You don't want to be around people because you feel better when they are not around. A lot of people feel better when other people are not around. And that doesn't mean that you hate people and you don't dislike people. It's like because the people who are around are people who are complaining, criticizing, and condemning constantly. Are not people who are enhancing your life. And you have the right attitude not wanted to be around everybody because not everybody deserves your presence. You cannot be in everybody's presence because not everybody can appreciate who you are, can respect who you are, respect your growth, respect your changes. So to not to want to be around people this day, it's okay. It's okay because it's not that you hate people or you don't like people. It's like the God said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. But it's because people are not willing to do the work. They are willing to complain, criticize, and condemn. That's all. If that's your path, Go for it. Be happy, but not with me. Okay? Yeah, you know, Dana, and what happened is as we mature spiritually, and I still answering Dana, when we mature spiritually, we are more selective about the people we surround ourselves, the energy, and we know the energy that that person brings into my life, and I immediately reject that or accept it or embrace it. I can reject it or embrace it based on the frequency of the energy of the vibration of that person. So as we mature, we become more selective. We don't hang with everybody. I don't hang with anybody because not everybody deserves to be with me because I'm in a different place. Not because I'm better than anybody, it's because I'm working on myself and I am in a different plane of reality that most people are. So me telling you, getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm praying, I'm meditating, and most people don't understand that. You're crazy. And don't need to meet with people to bring me. Look, misery loss, exactly, exactly. Denise Pagan, yes, everybody does not deserve my presence. Wow, I salute my gorgeous girl. Absolutely, absolutely. Denise, I will recommend to you, Denise. I know you read it all the time, but I'm really studying Proverbs chapter 1, 2, and 3. I mean, chapter one, Denise, is mind boggling. I'm getting a different understanding. Woo! It's just like juicy, juicy, juicy. Look, exactly. Yeah, you have to work on, and you know build a blueprint, build a foundation to have a strong, powerful business. A business that when the the storm, the hurricane comes, stand strong and powerful because you build that building under the rock. You're not building that in the sand. Yeah, Denny. I mean, and let me know. I'm still in one. Take a look at chapter one and let me think what you think. And what really blew me away, Denise, is when it says here. I'm gonna share this with Denise because Denise is a good friend of mine. Oh my God, Denise, in chapter 1:18, this blew me away today. But when this man set a trap for others, listen, I think applies to everybody. But when this man set a trap for others, they are they're lying in for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own life. When you planning, when you attacking other people, when you mean bad things for other people, when you purposely want to destroy other people, and this verse says that you are doing it to yourself. You're making a trap for yourself. And that blows me away because you see constantly in this society right now, people setting trap for others, but at the same time, in real time, you see how it blows in their face. And it got, I mean, I've been reading my Bible for years. And today, in the last few nights, it's just like, oh my God, it was so clear for me. This is the transformation journey that you can read a book one time, two times. I've been reading my book forever, my Bible forever, but it's just like I'm getting a different understanding of what is godly wisdom. Chapter 1, verse 18. 18. The 18, Denise. But it's just like when they had that, when they do that, it's just like when if I want to harm you and I want to create lies about you and stuff, I'm doing I'm making a trap for myself. Can you believe that? Yes, absolutely. Look, exactly what you give to life, life gives back to you. When you put out, it comes back to you. Exactly. That's the law of karma. Karma becomes karma, becomes karma, becomes karma. What goes around comes around. Absolutely. And you find that in spiritual work, and you find out in psychology and psychiatry, in humanistic sciences. It's just the way it is. Energy. Yes, Denise. But if you, when you're reading, just read chapter one and let me know what you think. It's just like amazing. I mean, it's amazing. Anyway, so I think we are done for the day. I went through drugs, homeless. Oh wow, and gun life, and I took God. Oh, yes, yes, exactly. And you hold on to God like with all your heart, your mind, with all your being, without everything. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, because if you leave me, I fail. Absolutely, I agree with you. You have to hold tight. You have to. This is the only thing I got. God is the only thing I got in my life. That is family. Yes, I have my family. Blah blah blah. All that, but the only real deal is God. Everybody else will disappear. Everybody else will betray you, betray you. Everybody else will, at one moment or another, go against you. It happened to everybody because it's a human thing. Much, much respect. I am Ranger for next life. Next, it will be Thursday. I do live in English on Thursdays. And then I will put a video with it. Today I'm doing it earlier because I could do it earlier, but usually it's at 2:30 on Thursday, okay? But it's Thursday at 2:30 or early morning, late morning, like today. But I always put a video on Thursday saying, hey, I'm gonna go live. So stay tuned. Thursday, either at 11 o'clock or 2:30 in the afternoon. Yes, exactly. There is a moment that you are only count on the amazing God. Any other question? Why? Yes. Thank you, Luke. It's the same here. Subscribe to my channel. Put a like. Leave a love comment. You're the rest. You're there. Thank you, Luke. I love you too, baby. Here's a double bicep. Have a great day. Have a great and successful day. Okay, anybody else? Okay, Susan. Yes, Susan. Uh, Instagram. Do you guys have any question? Okay, so we are gonna say goodbye. Remember, my books are all in Amazon, and the book that you need for today is book one and book number four. Book number one and book number four. God willing, we will be live next Thursday, next week, probably at 2:30. I don't think it will be earlier, but at 2:30, but I will let you know either way. Bye, Denise. I love you, girl. Let me know about chapter one, two, and three, but first one, because I'm really getting into the wisdom, skillful and godly wisdom. It's really, 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 I'm getting a deeper sense of it. So it's amazing. I'm growing, I'm becoming, and I'm changing. And so are you. Mwah. Pow. Well, bye. Love you guys.